Y'all ready? All right. Proud of our football team. It was a battle today. We played a good football team. That being said, don't think the score is really reflective of the game itself, the battle that was on the field. I was really proud of the way our guys went out. They played aggressively. They played with passion. They went on the attack. These seniors have done so much on being on senior day here. You know, that's an emotional day for them, for their families, for me, for our coaching staff, and for this football team. But I thought those guys did a tremendous job throughout the game. I thought those guys did a tremendous job throughout this year of helping us stay connected, stay together. The leadership they provided has been monumental in what we've been able to do. You know, the ebbs and flows of the game are what they are, but I'm proud of our guys and the way that they battle and how hard they play. We've got a big test for us coming up next week. Got an opportunity to go down to their place. We got a week to get prepared. It's Thanksgiving week and all of those other things that are going on. But I'm excited to get one more opportunity with these men and go down there and let's roll the ball out and get after it.
We'll start with David, to you.
Coach, Miami came in with the number 3 rushing defense in the country. You guys went for more than double the yards they had been averaging a game. How?
Well, I think we play physically. I think we play on edges. I think we create some problems for guys. I think we'd have put more on them if we hadn't gotten down as quickly as we did in certain times. You know, if we'd been able to maintain a few other things in there, I think we've been able to add a few more yards to that, because I thought you saw the explosive runs that we had. We were doing a good job of staying ahead of the chains. Offensive line played really physical. Backs ran physical, trying to mix it up and do some different things. They're talented on defense, but I've got a lot of faith in our guys and what they do and how hard they play. And, you know, I thought that was representative of tonight. I mean, you look at our team throughout this drive of games here. You know, Florida State wasn't giving up many yards either, and we put 200 and whatever on them. We're going to put 100 and whatever we did tonight on these guys. You know, we do a good job of that. We take a lot of pride in that, and that's the strength of our team.
Damien, then we'll go David Cunningham.
Monty, Miami entered as one of the best teams at limiting explosive plays this year. I think they only had 9 of 30+. You got 5 of 30+, including a couple of explosive pass plays. What allowed you to be able to, like you said, attack the edges and then also, you know, get some shots down the field and connect on those to move the chains?
Well, I mean, just giving guys opportunities to go make plays. I mean, AG made a couple of really nice catches in there. The backs ran extremely hard. You know, some of those situations where we're in, we've got to start pushing it, and we've got to start being more aggressive on that part of it. You know, I thought we had a little bit more balance in what we were doing today. That being said, you know, when we find those explosive plays, we got to go capitalize on them. You know, we've been pretty good down in the red zone. We got to do better down there. We had opportunities early in the game. We got to capitalize on those, especially when you're playing good people like that. So, again, proud of AG and Kyron and everybody else that had those explosive plays. We got to keep, you know, putting those things together and keeping people off balance.
David Cunningham, and then Andy.
Jeffrey Overton had that 38-yard touchdown run, really provided you guys a spark. 69 yards on just 7 touches. What kind of change of pace has he provided, and what did you see on that touchdown run?
Yeah, I mean, he really made a nice backdoor cut. I mean, he saw they actually were bringing Blix right into the middle of it, right into the face of it. I thought our guys did a nice job getting bodies on bodies, and then, you know, he did a nice job of pressing it and then seeing the linebacker run over the backside. He hit a backdoor lane, and, you know, Jeff's got that ultimate speed, that thing you can't coach. And he did a really nice job with that run. You've seen it, you know, he's been really close for the last couple of weeks of having an opportunity to have an explosive run like that. You know, he's still, number one, young. Number two, still coming off the injury. He hadn't played in a while, so he's still kind of knocking off rust. And you can see it in practice, just, you know, the vision, the feel, getting used to the speed of the game. You know, all of those things are factors in it, but he is progressing well and doing some electric things for us.
For them, Malachi Tony, 12 catches, 146. Were they doing anything specifically to scheme him open, or is that just kind of a function of a special player for them?
Now, you know, he's a special player. He's kind of done that to everybody, right? You got to know where he is. You know, they got so many weapons, it's not like you can just lock and say, hey, I'm going to double him every play. If you do that, then the guys on the outside are going to be able to take advantage of that, and or the running game is going to be the factor in it. And so, you know, he's a special player. He's young, but the guys made plays on everybody. And, you know, we did some good things against him. He made his plays too. But that being said, you know, our defense, I thought they played extremely physical, made some good stops, and those guys are continuing to grow and learn.
Steve.
What was moved you to put Pop into the game there at the end, and also on how on his performance then in those couple of series that he was.
Yeah, I thought Pop came in and did a nice job. You know, Kyron took a couple of big shots in there. He's fine, but you know, needed the opportunity to breathe for a second, and I thought Pop came in and made a couple of good throws, made a good run in there, did some nice things, and so you know, Pop's been working all year. We all have faith in Pop and what he can bring to the table. But, you know, Kyron right there, he took a couple of big shots right there in a row and, you know, needed a second.
Now we got time for a few more. Tim.
You guys gave up 335 yards and 4 touchdowns through the air. What was Miami specifically able to do to give you guys issues defending the pass?
Well, they got a lot of talented guys over there. They got a quarterback that has played a lot of college football, been a starter, gone against a lot of good defenses. You know, they got a lot of weapons. So our guys, I thought, did a really nice job of continuing to try to get guys on the ground, try to limit some of the explosive plays. They've been explosive all year. I don't think that's any different.
We'll go David Teal.
Last year against Virginia, Pop had more than 300 yards total offense and a couple of touchdowns. Package for him next week?
We'll wait and see.
Let's go Andy, and then we'll finish with Ricky.
There's that weird play with the inadvertent whistle. What was the official's explanation to you? What did they say to you in that moment?
He screwed up.
Ricky, last one.
Coach, I want to go back to the seniors. You mentioned how important they've been throughout this process for the entire year. How much have you been able to lean on them in your leadership of this team over the last several weeks?
Say the first part again. I'm sorry.
In the first part in your opening statement, you mentioned how much you've talked about these seniors and how
Yeah,
important that
yeah.
they've been. But how much have you been able to lean on them, both professionally and personally, over the last several weeks?
Yeah, those guys have been tremendous, and I'm sorry I missed the first part of that. You know, these seniors and the leadership council and this group of young men, right? The transitions that they've gone through, what they've had to deal with, all the different variables of things. You know, there is not any way we could have held this team together without those guys. And them making the decision to say, we got a lot of games left, we got time, we are not going to throw in the towel, we were going to battle, we were going to fight, and we couldn't have done any of that without them. And it's the decision of them, right? And the way they locked arms and the way they've been, you know, resilient through all of it. No matter what people keep throwing at them, they've stayed resilient about it, and I couldn't be more proud of them.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.